Hi, folks. Where's the ignition? I haven't started the car today. So we're gonna start the car. Yeah. As you can see right there, it barely started. Like, I haven't started it yet today, so this is why I'm doing it. Because you just saw how much it was struggling to start. So if I would have waited until tomorrow to start it, it would not have started. Like, I need a new battery. Like, this van just keeps having more and more problems, and now it's like I need a new battery. I need to redo all the wiring, because all the wiring is apparently fucked up, because none of the windows will roll down except for the driver window and the sunroof window, but all the other windows don't work anymore. Like, what the hell's up with that? I need to fix the wiring or something, because I know it's a wiring issue. After we had that stupid rainstorm a while back, coincidentally, the very next day, none of the windows would roll down anymore. You know, if it was just one of the windows, I would think, well, it's probably, you know, one of the motor in the stupid window probably broke or something. But all of the windows stopped working all at the same time. They were all working before, and then they all stopped working all at once. So I'm assuming that it's, you know, faulty wiring. You know, somehow during that storm that we had a long time ago, water must have somehow leaked into the car, or it got into the door or something, and it fucked up the wiring. That's why I'm glad that at least the driver's window works, but none of the other windows do, which is annoying. It's annoying. But either way, this is just irritating, because normally, like, I would start the car every day to go to work or to go to the store, so I wouldn't have to worry about, you know, walking out here every day to start the damn thing, just so the battery doesn't die, and so, you know, the oil can kind of get around, and and, you know, the damn engine and everything doesn't have to, like, fall apart, because these cars are supposed to be used. You're supposed to use the car like at least once every few days. Otherwise, if it just sits there, it's gonna fall apart. It's kind of like the human body. If you just sit in one place, if you're like bedridden, or you just sit in the chair all day and you don't do anything, you don't move at all, you just start to fall apart. Your muscle just lingers away. You start getting fat, developing health problems. It's the same damn thing with a car. If it just sits there and you don't use it, it's gonna fall apart. The tires are going to go flat. It's going to be bad for the suspension. You know, because you're supposed to rotate the tires by obviously driving it every so often. Otherwise, it's going to be putting all the pressure on the rims in one spot. And it's not good for the rims. It's not good for the axle, the suspension, none of that. It's also not good for the engine for it to just sit there. The oil is supposed to be like splish splashing around and, you know, keeping everything lubricated and all that. So it's not good for the engine either to just sit there. You know, it's obviously not good for the battery either to just let it sit there, because then the battery will die out. And when there's no charge left, it's bad for all the ions inside the battery, or depending on what kind of battery it is, if it's a lead acid battery or whatever. If there's no charge, then it's bad for the battery, and it severely reduces the battery capacity. So long story short, you have to at least start the car and like drive it around the block once or twice, at least once every few days, or like once a week or something. Otherwise, that's what'll happen. The car will slowly start falling apart. But because of this stupid pandemic keeping me from living my everyday life, I have no job to go to. I have no one to hang out with. I have nothing to do. I don't even like going to the store or anything like that at all, because I'm too paranoid over this dumbass retarded fucking virus. So usually the car just sits here, and I gotta start it. I gotta remember to at least start it for a couple minutes, like once a day, because the battery is getting all fucked up now. I have to go get another battery, and I figure, why am I gonna get a new battery if it's just gonna sit here, and then, you know, it's gonna get ruined in the heat, and I'm never gonna use it, So it's just going to be dead all the time, and then it's just going to wind up fucking up the new battery. So that's why I'm not going to get a new battery until the pandemic is over. We have some sort of a solution to the virus to where we can start going back to a normal life, and I can start using the car again like normal. Then yeah, in that case, that will be when I make a trip over to AutoZone or O'Reilly's or whatever mechanic store that I feel like going to. And I'm going to pick up a new battery for this damn car. Because my cruiser motorcycle was having the same problem. The battery sucked. I needed a new battery on that. You know, because the battery wouldn't last more than a day. If the bike sat there for more than a day or two, it would not start, so I'd have to jump start the damn thing. So I needed a new battery for that. And since the batteries in motorcycles are really small compared to cars, you know, a battery for a new motorcycle, like I think the battery for my cruiser would be like half the cost of a battery for the car. It was only like $30, I think. But I never got around to getting a battery. But it's like by the time I was like wanting to actually go get a battery, that's when I got into a damn accident, ended up totaling the bike, even though there wasn't even a whole lot of damage to it. But apparently, since the bike was so old and it wasn't even worth that much, the damages done to the bike was so close to being, you know, adding up to the cost of the bike itself. The insurance company just, you know, they just said that it was a total loss. They just said the bike was totaled, and they ended up buying the bike off me for a couple $100 more than what I paid for it. So it's like, okay, well, I guess I don't have to worry about getting a new battery then, folks.